into a 4 birds, 1 stone situation. So you guys will have put a plan together with Padre which is kind of what he was hinting at, I think, when he was giving you guys information about the secure being after him and after his map artifact that he can use to find other precursor artifacts. That the idea would be that you guys would use your heat with the Imperial military to go and cause some conflict with secure. So that's what you guys want to do?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm not going to make a roll for this. I'm just going to kind of say this is like another sort of mission to happen. So I'll narrate it until, well, actually, you know what?
You can make us do an engagement
Let's
roll.
do an engagement roll. Screw it.
Sure.
Yeah, just to see what happens.
Cool.
Deception plan is what this is.
Alright.
Going way off the
This is
rule
definitely a
here.
deception plan.
But yeah, exactly.
Alright, so one the sure luck. This is Operation Boulder Deering. It sure as fuck is.
100%.
Is it overly complex or contingent on many factors?
A couple factors, yeah.
Alright, nice one. This plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target, one of the weakest.
100%.
The strongest against this approach of special defenses or preparations.
Not currently. They just think you guys are coming.
Friends, contacts helping us.
Definitely.
Enemies or rivals interfering.
Interfering? No.
Sister.
No, not
Oh, wait,
But
no,
she's
yeah.
like who we're up against.
She's who you're up against, and she's expecting you guys anyway.
And are they higher tier than us? Yes.
Yes.
Cool. So we're on 2 dice.
Who's rolling this?
I will roll it this time. Let's go. Fight, fight. 5.
So risky.
Okay, so
Nothing has changed.
having asked, well, yeah, I guess.
Unless you roll double sixes again so much.
So you guys hashed this plan out on Sanhandra with Padre and Crash. So even to the after you guys completed what you planned out and have this begun to set it into action, even Padre himself is seeming kind of hesitant, but definitely you guys are going to do it.
It is more like what that group did. That was like what our plans were like. It's just like, go shoot for the moon.
Pretty much, actually. Which is exactly, so that's what Padre and Crash are kind of used to.
Yeah, we're all like, bracing ourselves. These two are like, what?
It's not, well, maybe not exactly a walk in the park, but it's...
But only one legion?
So you guys will use the contact that you've established on the planet. It's a very useful contact and very prominent and likes you guys a lot. So you'll use Zodiac will go and speak to Bastion. And plead with Bastion, or not maybe not plead with Bastion, but tell Bastion that he needs to assist your group in something, and he can't ask any questions. He just needs to deliver a message to the secure who are in the system, and you kind of actually know where they were, so you kind of give Bastion like the location and just exactly what to tell them. So you tell Bastion to share with the secure that the map they're looking for and the person who can wield it is being held by the Imperial fleet around Omega. So you give them the location of the Imperial fleet. So Bastion will send an envoy with that information to the secure at the same time that you guys leave Sanhandra.
I like to think that he's selling them the information.
It would make more sense that he wouldn't just be giving it to them. He would kind of call the secure up and go, hey, I got some info, because like I said, Bastion fancies himself kind of an information broker on this planet, where he has so many fingers and so many pies, because of his illustrious cleaning in the Empire.
So this is kind of his new job. Do we get our gambit back?
Yeah, sure.
Do we get payout for the last job?
Well,
And we also have to eat.
Oh yeah.
So we'll say that. So Bastion's able to kind of sell the information that's here.
Also, I call the Hegemonic News Network, give them a heads up.
Oh, true, exactly. So you'll let the Hegemonic News Network know that what's happening exactly. What's the spin on that?
Yeah, what?
I'm calling to let them know that, I'm not going to give them the details, but be like, okay, I'm going to give them a location where we're meeting the fleet, and be like, be in the area. Try not to be too close. Just be in the area, because there's going to be something happening For
no
sure.
hegemonic, and
Yeah.
genocide is about to go down in this area.
I like how you just keep putting your girl in trouble.
I didn't say her. I'll call her and say,
Like send
have the network send people.
like narratively, obviously, you're insistent that she does not
Yeah,
come.
yeah.
She's definitely going to. She'll start recording. But hey, whatever. You definitely insist that she should not come. Right?
Yeah.
Air
Chicken
quotations.
waffles.
Chicken waffles. So you set up those pieces of your plan, and then decide, and then begin to make your way towards the planet of Omega, and you guys bring with you Padre and Crash. So you have these guys on your ship, and you're able to kind of catch up on this as you guys are traveling towards Omega, and like you're not receiving a whole lot of flak or any sort of even though your ship has a 1 level 2, like you guys have a 1 level 2 in the system, you're not being stopped in too many places. There's way fewer routine stops than you guys are seeing on your way to Sunhendra. And so this is just kind of a long, quiet voyage for you guys to get to the planet Omega.
Oh, I just realized the beauty of this plan is we just look like bounty hunters who captured them and are taking them in.
Yeah,
So
it's
just
true.
to hear it'll be like, well, obviously this is true.
Yeah, exactly. Because like the Imperial have been contacting you guys to take them out, and you guys showed up and you captured the Padre.
Yeah. On our ship now.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a really good plan.
So, yeah.
Except for when it isn't.
Walking into the mouth of the beast is a good plan, usually.
I'd say this plays into your trauma, Doug.
Into my
Like a
reckless?
reckless.
Yeah, I think it does.
Suggested this plan.
That's true, actually. The doc was the one that kind of came up with it.
Yeah. I'm still gonna be looking at the ship. It's like, he's here. He's totally here.
It's always right behind you.
We'll say that this is kind of like a solemn trip for you guys. Like you guys are kind of spending this time not finalizing your affairs so much, like so to speak, but
I'm right in my middle.
this is less of a upbeat trip and more you guys are kind of like anxious about the mission that is to come, because it's going to be a doozy, and this is maybe one of the biggest skill missions you guys have taken on at all.
This is
Definitely
to
the biggest.
Ditha, I leave all the fucks I had left.
Account balance 0. So we'll even say that like Zodiac spent some time like just contemplating about like Echo and like how could it be that he was there, and like spends a lot of time just to himself and talking to Weeboo, and you could narrate that a little bit.
Sorry,
who? Weebo, sorry. Yeah, the
Little robot with the
little Arbot friend you have.
Oh, Rebo.
Yeah, Weebo, that's what I said.
That's what you said.
So you spend some time with Weebo and like you don't talk very much, but Weebo is like just kind of goads you into conversation. Pile Driver will spend a significant amount of time just making sure there's nobody on the ship, and I'll assume that
I'll take-
Outlaw is like just awkwardly like orbiting his dad, like
Yeah.
Padre, and trying to come up with conversation and like trying to initiate, but Padre's very like
Cold.
not receiving
Yeah.
to it.
I'll take my unfinished lightning cannon. Doesn't even work. It's like, ha!
Like, little,
Opening up like cupboards, obviously too small to hold a person.
Yep.
it could be otters. Crash is there with you. It could be otters.
He's just like emptying the cabinets.
Yeah.
Could be anywhere.
And then
Flatten
Doc,
out their skeleton and move at their doors.
Yeah. What
Doc, I'm assuming, is going to be just taking his time mentally preparing himself for the fact that he's making his way to rendezvous with his sister, who is like a murderous, 100% almost psychopath.
Yeah. Stone cold bitch.
Some cool bitch. And so you'll end up making your way there, and obviously you're not going to be. The ship will be. You'll make your way towards Omega, to the point where you kind of see it coming up on your scanners, and even visually you can see it coming up through your view panel or whatever it is going to be, like whether it's like a glass screen you can see through, or if it's like a protected screen.
Our space window shield.
Exactly. So like everybody's kind of crowded into the cockpit, just like staring out this window, going, "Holy shit, it's about to go down." So you make your way and approach the Imperial fleet well, I say fleet, but it's probably a couple of destroyers and some like orbiting ships. Yeah, it's a fleet. And you'll be hailed and like immediately tractor beam once you're within range. Hailed by not by Ditha, but by like just the captain of one of the ships. The ship is bringing you in, and it's like Doc will be there just to confirm that he's come as per directions of Commander Ditha.
He shows the box.
I would assume he wouldn't show the box. But does explain that he's here as per the commands of whatever it is, General Bellenstein.
Admiral.
Admiral Ditha Bellenstein. And so he, like the pilot just kind of nods his head and the communication cuts out and you guys are being dragged into the, again, it's a similar kind of warship that you guys were on last time. So you're being beamed into like this ship landing bay, and the ship kind of touches down in the landing bay, and like a much larger size boarding party is like positioning itself around the ship, and
But why?
I tried to sneak out again.
that's where I'll leave you guys at the beginning.
Cool. It's like Ditha right there waiting for us.
So I'll say that, yeah, she is like approaching with this like incoming party. Like the bunch of them are running up ahead of her to like surround the ship, but she's like coming with a party of her own, like guards, just like walking.
Or just before we like open up the door and whatnot, I want to double check with you guys. So the plan is to take out Ditha.
Yeah, I think initially we just need to keep her distracted.
Yeah, we need to wait for the
So we have a plan to ambush her once the fighting starts. Okay.
Absolutely.
But I'd like to start off by just like distracting her, essentially, like, you know, essentially pretending like we're going through the motions of what she wanted us here for, but like delaying things as long as possible.
Okay.
And I specifically want to use I'm a doctor, not a blank.
I could actually sneak out of the ship and go as a distraction.
Don't. You'll get shot.
Yeah, sure.
To like reflect back on, you know, when I was young and going through like, you know, training to be part of this like Black Ops wing of the military, like with Ditha, because she was like a sister, whatever, about like training how to lie and deceive people and stuff, and just like, you know, go through the proper protocols, but in just such a way that it's gonna take longer.
Okay.
And like,
Hold on a second. Are you a robot that grows up?
I definitely.
Or are you
I definitely have memories
multiple
of being a kid.
robots? I don't like this.
Okay, what's my effect?
Okay, so you guys are risky. And based on like how you're describing it, I'll say limited effect to delay the process and everything.
Okay, so I'm gonna go Desperate Standard. What's the Devil's Bargain?
Devil's bargain is going to be that Ditha is the flesh and blood daughter of Horrocks.
Take that. Or increased effect.
This will make him happy.
Oh yeah, because Horrocks is your trade.
Not only do we save,
I still don't know that.
not only do we save Badrai, we also murder his daughter.
Great. Anyone want to assist me?
I don't really know how to assist. I will
And
assist.
you guys can narrate it any way you want.
Yeah.
You're just trying to. We're just trying to be dicks right now.
Yeah, I'll assist
to this process.
by, like, because of all the digging around that we've done, there's just clutter everywhere, and the doors are jamming. Like, they're slightly open, but not open enough where we can get out.
Oh, right.
Wait, you're helping by cluttering the
Like,
ship?
so it physically takes us longer to open the door.
Exactly.
So basically, from him looking around for hidden assassins, the door has gotten clogged.
So it like takes us a minute to clear the door. And
So
open it.
Potter walks out of his room, sees an absolute mess, and just like almost loses his mind.
I think it's more just so that, you know, it takes us longer to get out to speed.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. So what's Devil's Bargain? Oh, I already
It
did
was-
that,
yeah,
So
it
big
was-
enough for great effect.
Yeah.
Cool. 4.
There's
Okay.
Doug, swap out your dice.
I saw the pure fear in Doug's eyes, and I'm like, oh boy, we have to fight a whole squadron again.
And I level up my insight.
I'd just like skip right to it again. All right, wing.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is a great success with a desperate consequence.
Okay, so great success. I'm gonna set a clock to
That's a heat.
You're showing up.
yeah. So here's showing up. It will be a 6, and with a great you'll get 3 slices of it.
What's my desperate consequence?
Desperate consequence. It is going to be so. Again, like you had mentioned, you're going to use your history and your knowledge of the imperial processes and stuff like that, and just start citing a bunch of like rights and a bunch of bullshit that like processes and paperwork that has to be signed, and for some reason Ditha is just like this absolute stickler for protocol, so she's just like sitting there like ready to pull you guys in, and she's like muttering in her voice like, what the f-? She's like, of course we're gonna fill the paperwork out.
And the door's just not opening.
And the door, yeah, it takes long. Like the doc is saying this through the crack of the bay door, not actually being able to come down or open. So I mean, nobody's firing on you guys yet. You are still surrounded, and Ditha's there impatiently waiting for you guys to get off the ship so that she can get you guys processed. And obviously keeps insisting that you don't hide the Lazarus Project. As a desperate consequence, I'm going to fill out the progress clock that I have that says Horus finds the crew.
I guess Horus finds the crew.
Oh.
Oh, you didn't look hard enough.
This is just a
Which
4.
finishes it, which means that Horus finds the crew. Which isn't immediate, but that's a thing that happens.
Man.
All right. So next,
Doc, you are so
me
stressed.
being I've definitely been like arrested and have troubles with the Imperial military before. I'm just gonna start like asking like, oh, what are I need to know my rights and what I'm entitled to during this process. Just trying to slow this down more and more.
Fantastic.
And like I'm gonna keep asking questions and like, oh, can you repeat that for me? I didn't hear that. I was gonna stretch it out as long as I can.
In both official languages.
Yeah.
Galactic Common and Memish.
And we're in like a big hangar, I assume.
Yeah.
So I'm going to assist in that. I keep like trying to run over to these new ships that are in this hangar and be like, "Is that the Z75 like green Alpha model?" And just run around being excited with these new ships that
No,
I used.
there's a shipping crate.
Yeah. Just ships that I used to see when I was back in school. That was like half the reason why I was driven to become a pilot.
Okay. I like how it's just like sheer nonsensical.
This is the best plan.
Like holding her up, and she's not murdering you guys somehow.
Get the
Well, maybe
we'll see how it
we'll
goes.
see, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
So what am I using for that?
I don't know if that's sway or consort.
Sounds like sway to me.
It sounds like sway.
Okay. So
So it's
and I
gonna
can
be.
assist
You
him
guys are
and
still on risky. I'm gonna give you
Effect.
limited effect.
bump it to desperate for
Desperate.
standard.
For standard.
And the devil's bargain.
Devil's bargain is gonna be. That your mom is alive.
man.
I just imagine myself have the power of life or death at
Yeah,
the
really.
moment. If I refuse this, my mom dies.
Well, it doesn't mean that-
Technically.
Anyway, just take it for.
Yes, I will take it for increased
How
effect.
many dice do you have?
3.
Should use a gambit.
Yeah, I will use a gambit.
There we go.
Roll a 6.
Go boy. No 6.
5.
5.
Still no 6s. Oh my goodness.
Damn it! I suck.
You mark off your experience.
Whatever.
That'll
It
be
was
great.
great.
Cleared the
It was
clock.
great. It was great though, right?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
great with the desperate consequence.
Okay. Which makes sense to me now.
They're just trying to like grab you, and you're like,
No, it's gonna be a little bit bigger than that.
Just gonna get fucking shot.
Again. Tommy Tango.
But so hold up, you guys completed the clock. The title of that clock was "Does the Here Show Up?" So I'll say that in this like 100% rambling that you guys are pouring out, because it is that. Like it's not. There was no like.
The door's clogged and
There's no like
I know my
legitimate
rights.
like sway happening, like or even like bargaining with her to give her Padre and his like artifact. Like there's just like these two random people that are with you guys that she never knew were there in the first place. So I'll say that so you guys are in the process of like doing all this nonsense and like coming out of the ship and like filing out of the ship and like with your hands up and you're being detained at the same time. There's like 4 of the security personnel that are just chasing Zodiac around with cuffs just because he's actually able to skip around them and like beat them and like break ankle them. And just,
I am potent in speed,
exactly.
so.
So you're just like you're somehow slipping through everything, and then like just doing what you mentioned, like kind of gawking at a lot of the stuff that's in the bays, which is all the exact same ship.
Yeah.
It's an Imperial cargo like a ship bay, and they're all just like the same fighter. And you just keep spelling off like nonsensical names.
Not even the right names.
And so, no, exactly. So all this is happening, and in the meantime, so in like a separate part of the ship, which is like narratively that you guys don't know about, even like Ditha doesn't really know about. There's in the main deck of the ship, like where the controls are and everything like that. One of the sensor personnel like just kind of hears something through his like system and looks and like sees a warning come up on his close range detectors, and it's just kind of like baffled by the fact that like that they can't be right because this planet that they're near is not like there's nothing
No inhabitants.
sentient enough there that would have like they have any technology to fly.
Mm.
Like it must have come from the planet because it just showed up on the sensors just right now, and like long range sensors didn't detect anything. But all of a sudden, there's going to be an impact to the ship where the ship takes fire from the Sahir. So this like another Sahir, like large Persian vessel, which is essentially the same size as the destroyer and has a significant armada as well. So the ship that you guys are on, as all this ridiculousness is happening at the same time, so flashback to you guys in the hangar bay. Crash and Padre will be the last 2 off the ship. And then like so Crash will walk out first, and behind him Padre will walk out. And Ditha is just like red-faced, veins popping for all of the like the nonsense that's happening, and her brother's just rambling on about protocols, and the criminal of the group is just like, I have rights, and the pilot's running around just like citing ships that aren't even there.
Everything we do is a shit show. It's great.
Padre and Crash are just kind of like a little bit weirded out by everything that's happening.
This is not how they end it.
No. And but so Ditha in her rage will like kind of like keep yelling commands and orders and telling people to grab people and like catch that Zodiac, he's not that fast, and then looks over and sees Crash and recognizes him vaguely, and then Padre will pop out from behind him and her eyes will widen. It's like significantly, and she will almost like lose the rage and like is taken back in sheer like surprise. And at that moment, there will be an impact to the ship, which will like launch everybody sideways in this hangar bay, like 10 feet immediately. Like that's how big of an impact this is going to be. And so it's. So wait, that was your roll?
That was my roll, yeah.
So everyone's gonna tumble, and so you're gonna take level 2 harm. Because everyone's gonna tumble and like move around, and like a bunch of the guards are gonna like impact stuff, and a couple of them are actually gonna break the necks and like be completely incapacitated. But you will impact like
Dagger crate.
You'll impact a crate that's literally full of daggers. So it'll bust open, and you will have like 2 or 3 daggers like lodged in your back.
My
But everyone else
gosh.
just like missed the other dagger crates and just kind of like immediately just went sideways.
Are you gonna resist?
Padre was the only one that actually stayed standing. We'll say.
So I'm gonna use armor and I'm gonna resist
Man,
that.
these Imperial
Stay
ships
at
have
0.
got to stop carrying crates of daggers.
What?
To take it down to 0.
Yeah, take it down to 0.
Okay.
So 3 dice. A 5. So 1 stress.
Yeah, 1 stress.
And then my armor.
Cool.
So you don't get stabbed.
Well, no, yeah. So there's no.
The box is
the-
filled with pillows.
It's exactly.
Imperial grade
We
pillows.
still get like flung, we just don't get hurt.
You don't get hurt. So it's a box of cereal. It's a crate of Cheerios.
That's all spurs.
I
Level
At
4
least it wasn't
hard.
Captain Crunch. You're at the top of your mouth and then this code.
God, I hate this.
after everyone's flung, I'll like
good.
try to get up as fast as I can and like go over the intercom and be like, now.
Wow.
All right, then I will host a group fight action. Pow pow. And
So we're just gonna shoot at
Yep.
Chicky Poo.
I'm gonna pull out a blaster pistol.
All right. So, is Chikipu surrounded by other soldiers?
Again, don't ask, just say
Oh
it.
yeah, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll just pull out my flamethrower and aim it at Chikipu. Because if she's not gonna take damage from guns, at least she'll be on fire.
What? Why would she not take damage from guns?
In case she's, at least she'll be on fire.
I'm assuming that the chart of beating her will be just to defeat them all effectively. So I'm just gonna be like shooting away.
I think the doc's gonna throw a stun grenade.
That checks out though.
So as I'm flying in the air, I'm gonna take out my fine sidearm and my second blaster pistol, and I'm gonna shoot at Ditha as I fly through the air from the impact.
Wow. Are you gonna do poses in the air?
Yes, totally.
It's John.
Fine sidearm, blaster.
All right,
So what's Zodiac doing? Just pulling your.
I'm pulling out my blaster pistol, and I'm
Heavy
gonna
blaster, fucking slagger.
I'm gonna let out like a confused cry as I start shooting. This is the first moment where things have just been like hectic enough where I could just kind of yeah.
That's exactly what's up.
Yeah.
That's great.
Cool. So what's our effect at? So we've got 2 fine weapons?
Yep.
And I'll say that even like so Crash and Padre are gonna join you guys in this combat. So you're risky.
Well, yeah, we're at risky, but
Standard effect.
risky standard.
Yeah.
So I have
Let's go desperate grade.
2 scrap,
Devil's Bargain.
desperate great, devil's bargain.
Devil's Bargain. I'm gonna finish the Echo Access's Chrome clock. So I'll officially.
It's gonna happen.
With Chrome.
It's gonna happen eventually. Oh boys. And use that for dice.
Let's see if I can roll a 6 boys and get us some gambit.
Yeah. 5.
A 6, we
There
get a
we go.
gambit.
6. That's a crit.
I cause you're stressed.
Thanks, man. It stressed me out for not shooting actual guns.
The doctor whips.
So yeah, write down another gambit, Doug.
The doctor forgets to set off the grenade, just hits
No,
Ditha in the head.
It's still all a success. It's just that, yeah.
This is not as successful as.
So we crit.
It's not quite how it works. It's because we're doing it as a group. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then yeah, we.
So
correct
there are
because I
probably
rolled
a
a
dozen
6
people
and
on
this
fire now.
special thing.
Okay, so there's a crit. So you're gonna fill out. It was great.
Grace for
5
5 seconds.
out of a 10.
Let's just do that again, guys.
Yeah, but now it's their turn.
That's not how this
well,
works.
it's-
Yeah, that's true.
So 5 out of 10 for take out Ethan.
And that was a scrap roll. You got everybody spiked experience.
Absolutely.
You know what? I just got to do it. The doc is going to see to some of the injured, make sure they're stabilized.
Okay.
Well, what
so
happens from our
just to paint-
shootout?
Yeah, just to
Oh,
paint
yeah,
the
okay.
scene. So everyone's reeling from this like huge impact. Everyone, again, like I said, hit the ground and went flying. Outlaw hit a large crate of Cheerios, which cushioned his fall. And like Padre was the only one left standing after like everyone was kind of reeling. So Padre, understanding that this is like your guys' plan, this is going to leap into action and start to just like
You melted.
move.
You melted.
Yeah, well, so Padre like begins to move faster than like anyone can perceive, and just starts to take people out. Like there's just like people flying, and cut in half. Crash
He
gets up.
killed the people in the.
That's
The
my
shit.
dad.
Crash gets up too, and just with his fist, he like just starts like just straight tackling like 4 people at a time, and then like grapples them to the ground and like just beats them to a pulp on his chest. Like Otter style. He's a famous Otter style fighting, where he literally will take people to the ground and they will not get back up. They turn to mush. So a mush that is recognizable for the people who watched the video that was provided by
This man
Bastion.
is horrifying.
So it's like, oh shit, that wasn't Padre, that was Crash, definitely. Okay, cool. And then the rest of you, like you all kind of described, start pulling out blaster pistols, and the doc pulls a stun grenade, like whiffs it, and actually whiffs it. And,
Stuns some dead people.
yeah, on accident. Or maybe even just like hit somebody in the head and accidentally bounces off and just stuns me. It doesn't make impact, so it doesn't stun a significant amount of
You
people.
stunned one guy.
Like, yeah, this guy went down. But everybody else, so everyone's just like going straight into combat, and the 3 of you guys with blasters.
I put on the flamethrower.
2 guys with blasters, and the 1 guy with and Paul driver with the flamethrower immediately take aim at Ditha, who again is with the rest of them reeling from this impact, and she has a pretty significant guard force, and they're like an elite guard. So they essentially like 3 or 4 of them, which are like we'll say like robot guards that she has, just jump immediately in the way of the blast and take all the hits. And like the one that gets hit by the flamethrower just melts like immediately. So they just like jump in front of her. So she is in like her normal demeanor of like 100%. She is like demeaning to absolutely everybody that's around her. She is kind of, her facial expression has kind of changed. She is seemingly afraid at this point, and immediately starts to run back towards the entrance to the hangar bay that they came into, with her guards surrounding her and taking up a defensive like position around the back of her. But like her defensive force, like her guards have been like cut in half essentially, and the rest of this boarding party, which are just normal humans, are literally being melted by you guys in the rest of your fire, because you all would have taken your initial shots at like Ditha, and then just like shit, and dealing with the guys around you. Like
We do well in movie.
Yeah.
you do actually.
So it's just her left running?
So no, well like so you like there's.
So that she has about half her.
She has like half of her bodyguards, like personal bodyguards left, that are kind of like guarding her from the rear, that they're all running back towards the entrance. And you guys are just eliminating the rest of the people who, like, honestly, Crash and Padre are doing like an outrageous amount of damage, and you guys are all helping and doing damage yourself too. But pretty much anybody that's like just getting up, you guys are just shooting in the head and kind of. Well, sorry, like Pile Driver, Outlaw, and Zodiac are doing that, and at the same time. I'm gonna assume the Doc is just like, again, sort of in an appalled state, and that's where you guys leave off with your like crit, and so Doc's like he's gonna do.
He's gonna try to stabilize anyone who's like critically injured, but he can still be saved.
Yep.
What's my effect?
Effect is gonna be limited risky.
Limited risky.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna use a fine med kit. So that should bump me up to standard.
Standard. Yeah.
Cool. So I'm gonna go Jesper. Great. But what's my devil's bark?
Devil's Bark is gonna be that. Devil's Bark is gonna be that.
Defect corpse of parasite.
Oh. Oh no. Yeah, the Lazarus Project has been knocked open in this bubble.
I don't know, Doug. I might be bad.
In the impact, yeah, in the impact, like you guys would have had the Lazarus Project with you, and it got knocked open.
Ah.
Okay.
Alright. Just on 3 dice. That's been great. Oh, this guy.
Yeah, get the card.
Oh my goodness.
Come on.
You're a 1 and 2.
Or at least some success.
Ooh, I saved some
So great.
people.
So-
With a desperate consequence, and because I doctored somebody in combat, I get
Really elusive, exactly.
Now you're dead.
So, so just to narrate it,
Consequence of death.
so like as this is all happening, and again, like I said, there's like a very merciless amount of like slaughter happening. Doc, seemingly like obviously not wanting to hurt anybody, throwing a stun grenade and not taking out a blaster pistol, immediately goes to work like trying to help these Imperial military, because like he was in the Imperial military and even probably is having like pseudo flashbacks to like other combat missions he's been in where he has had to go and like doctor people in combat. And he's seeing the uniforms even, and he's just responding almost like as though it's his second nature, just to respond to help these people in the Imperial uniforms. And so you're able to like find some people that are still kind of alive and start to doctor them, and as you move along, you're just like saving whoever you can, and just like a lot of the people you're finding are just like straight dead, like mercs. They're unresponsive. You just move doing triage from one person to the next and doing what you can to save the people you can find. And we'll say that unfortunately, so you're able to find a guy who's conscious who will say was like just beaten really poorly, like really bad from Crash, like in his fighting style. But so he looks up and sees you working on him, and true to like Imperial Legionnaire nature, like is trying to finish the mission and sees that you guys are loose and like fighting everybody, and he'll stab you, like while you're trying to doctor him.
Okay.
So he'll take, was it desperate?
Desperate.
Well, so it'll be a level 2, so I gave Tristan level 2. So you get level 2 harm.
Pretty much, I got
You get stabbed.
shot
while
at
you're
with
trying
level
to doctor
3
him,
every
like got
time.
stabbed.
Yeah, you really should be getting level 3.
Level 3, I know. I should have given Outlaw level 3 damage when he took the impact, because I did actually give level 3 damage to somebody else when they got the desperate. But
Me,
I'm gonna give you-
twice.
Yeah. So I'll give you the level 2 right now, just because I don't want to be.
Okay, I have combat medic, which lets me expend my special armor to resist the consequences when I doctor somebody.
Okay.
So I'm going to use that, and then I will resist.
Okay.
Oh, trauma, Doug.
Oh,
6.
zero stress.
0 stress.
Dude, like you're
So,
two.
You have like one good roll, and all your other rolls are garbage.
You also actually get your playbook experience, I think.
Yes, moral compass.
Yeah, which 100% plays into this one. This is the literal expression of the moral compass, because you get stabbed by the guy you're trying to help.
So this is the 4th experience I've gotten from moral compass. Just 5 more, and it would have been worth taking.
It's only made you get stabbed and all these horrible things.
So,
Well, I didn't get stabbed because they,
Well, he did, but-
they produced nothing.
Yeah.
unless you guys are doing something specific, as lame as it sounds, I'm probably just going to say that we're still fighting.
Yeah.
And that I'm still using my commander group fight.
Yeah, I suppose there's.
I'm gonna switch out my weapon to a sun.
But like, unless you guys have something specific
No.
you guys want to do,
Are you
that's
going to
just
charge
what I would
straight
assume.
at Ditha?
I 100%.
I will describe what I'm doing though, as I'm still fighting, is like shouting at her robot guards, pleading for them to get out of the way, and I'm going to be sprinting after them as fast as possible, trying to pick off the non-robotic guards.
I want to contribute to this, but instead of using scrap, I want to use consort by trying to talk down the people I just hate.
Don't stab me!
I would just be like, just stand down. You know, anyone who puts down their weapons will be harmed.
Are you wearing your garb?
The fact that you took no
Yeah.
damage, she like stabbed you, and you're just like not
Recognizable medical
phased.
garb and have used my fine bedside manner.
Okay.
Fine. You didn't take any damage, just stabbed you. You're like, I understand. But listen,
No, well, like while doctoring, he would have just like seen the knife coming and just like come like CQB his way through like putting the hand down and like disarming the knife because he didn't actually use that. But
Fairly used to doctoring enemy combatants.
Right.
at this point, yeah.
So what's the goal here? Is the goal here for you to
It's to
kill
get
Ditha?
The clock right now
Yeah,
is
it's
oh,
to,
shit.
it's
Still
to
trying to
end
kill
her.
End her existence on this plane.
Yeah, I'm trying to get clean shots of her,
So
but
and Ditha, I mean, you could just talk her down, but
and Ditha,
that's probably gonna be zero.
Yeah.
if she's dead, especially considering we already started shooting at her, it's probably gonna be zero
Yeah.
effect. She's dead. She can no longer cause problems for us, right?
Yeah. So I will pull out Sunder and charge towards.
Beeline.
I'm gonna beeline towards her and her guard, and then when I get there, I'm gonna jump up and jump on her.
Well,
Jump over.
just because the dice will say kind of
Yeah.
what happens, right?
Yeah.
We could all
That's your
once.
attempt.
Yeah, that's my goal.
So
And,
just charge
and I'm
her
also gonna be
with
shouting at you like, "Don't get them! Don't hurt them!"
And then as Pile Driver's charging, I'm gonna with my two pistols kind of like shoot guards out of his way to make his beeline charge easier.
I'm so stressed, man. I'm so stressed.
Zodiac is just like
I'm so stressed out.
What Zodiac doing?
Zodiac's trying to shoot non-robotic people. At this point, if we get Ditha, great, but I'm just like being very cautious about who I'm shooting.
Alright. And of course, we still have Padre and Trash up on this.
yeah.
So what's our effect at?
With the Sunder and the Fine, I mean, I feel like Nick's worry wash is one of the fine things, but with Padre and all them too, I'll say that you guys are at oh yeah, actually you get your fine bedside manner and everything. This is quite the assault you guys are doing. So
assault fine bedside manner.
No, but it's true. Like he's trying to talk them down.
Hashtag doc
That's
life.
that's his approach right now. The doc's just talking. I'll give you great risky.
Generate a gambit, but we won't get any combat experience. Whatever. What's the devil's bargain?
Devil's bargain is going to be that.
Could we move up the riskiness for more dice or
No.
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 You can only trade position for effect and only in one direction.
Yeah.
Gambits.
So I'll
You still
get gambits.
all of us can generate gambits at this point.
I'll say that Horrocks. No, I'll say that Horrocks is like has placed himself in the guard, like in Ditha's personal guard.
Ooh.
Like he's there.
I don't like that one.
I don't think I like that one either. We have a gambit, right?
Yeah, we have a
We have 2 gambits actually.
Alright, so I won't take it, but I will use a gambit.
So if you use a gambit, we can get a gambit.
We can't get one? Oh, it's only when you don't?
I can.
He can, but only if he rolls a 6.
Take it.
Which-
And
well, we
when
have
do a group
to-
action, we can, even if we can't get gambits, we can only get 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if he's here, we're just clearing. We're just putting even more birds on a stump.
No, we're not
If
gonna
you-
not be
But
able to
if
deal with
you're
that
rolling-
guy.
Chances of failing are pretty small.
Yeah.
We're all rolling a bunch of dice.
That's true.
And if any of us roll 6, if we don't use a gambit, we'll get a gambit.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
4 dice.
5, 6.
You got a 6.
6.
I got a 6, so it's crit.
Sweet.
Man, we just whooped that in 2 shots.
And we get a gambit.
Because I rolled the 6.
Exactly. Well,
That is an
I mean,
awesome ability.
Well, no, because
I-
you're on risky anyway, so
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
everyone would have gotten it. But
Yeah,
if
but-
it was desperate, you would
Or
have.
anyone.
Anyone is right.
No HP.
Ditha who? She shouldn't have been in a hangar. That was
How
our
did
first
that- I
mistake.
may as well make that
You
a
should have
two
said we went to the bridge
block.
and things would have been as swell.
Yo, that was 2
A
crits for
two
each.
clock genocide and
Turns out,
genocide.
turns out Commander is amazing.
So we still have to flee
Yeah.
this battle zone.
Yeah.
Yes. And presumably,
I think
kind of hope that the
Sahir
Sahir gets destroyed at the
forces-
same time too.
Sahir forces are probably going to start breaching the ship.
Well, I think more likely we're about to get on the ship and have to get out of,
Hoof it.
between 2 fleets shooting. at each
Yeah.
other.
Okay, so this should be a pretty spectacular narration. You did not take the double bargain that Horse was amongst the guard, so
But you do have Here's the thing: we get on the ship and take off. You still haven't pulled out the Oryx arrives.
He's found you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, or sorry, how did I word it?
he
Yeah,
found
Oryx
us.
finds the truth. So he's found you guys. So,
Fucking
this is quite the scene. Again, you guys do so well. You should just go into every Imperial ship's like landing bay.
Lead people, any problem we have to an Imperial
Just-
landing.
Yeah, exactly. Just, you do amazing when it comes to just storming boarding parties in landing bays on Imperial ships.
Acting like morons and then shooting them to
Literally.
I don't even go like, and then we just turn into like these Terminators.
whether it be on
the
purpose or
flip of a
not.
switch.
The first time it wasn't on purpose, but now we just owned it. We're like, ooh, be retarded.
You just understood your capacity.
It was our plan.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah. Last time was like just us being bad at our job.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so there's a lot that's happening right now. The doc kind of going around and essentially preaching to everyone, like the rest of the Imperial soldiers that are there and he's healed up and obviously are still kind of want to fight you guys. He's essentially pleading with them to, like, maybe some of them he's doctored in the past, or like they must have heard of him being like a successful combat doctor and he's helped so many people in the Imperial Armed Forces. And he's pleading to like their humanity to just to hold off, and like there's greater threats than you guys here now that is here and all that kind of stuff. And so he's able to succeed in subduing like a large the rest of the people that he's been able to heal. Not even a large portion, like everybody. He's able to actually like convince everyone that he's healed to just stay down and not fight through their like near mortal wounds and stuff. Zodiac is, again, like you described, chasing down Ditha with Pile Driver and Outlaw at the same time, like wrought with like moral torture because these robots that are just taking all these hits or just diving in the way because they're just programmed to defend Ditha are being mowed down despite his pleas to keep people from taking them out. Outlaw and Pile Driver are still just like working their way through these guys, dropping these robots and just like completely disregarding Zodiac's pleas.
Fire.
Well, I was trying to by like jumping over them.
No, you're just wiping them out.
Damn.
You just like well.
I
like,
also said
the
I
other-
shoot people
your-
out of the way.
Your
So.
like your main goal is to take down Ditha.
Yeah.
Like they are the resistance in your way. So even if you guys don't, like Crash and Padre are there, right there, just
Probably.
completely destroying everything in their path to get to Ditha. You guys are right there ahead with them, and then we'll say that. So you're able to like. Padre is able to go through with his fibro blade, and he's just slicing like these defense force people apart. And, like, is some of the personal bodyguards of Ditha, like the human bodyguards, are like augmented people with like robotic arms and limbs and stuff like that. And they put up a pretty good fight and like engage you for a second, but like you're able to get through them, and then Crash joins you and helps, and just like completely you and Crash brutalize these like fine guards, and then Outlaw is able to kind of stealth his way around impressively so much that like Padre notices, we'll say, and the two of you are able to like take out Padre with his knives, and you with your fine like pistol and the blaster are able to take out like a bunch of the remainder of the guards, and Ditha's just left there running away, like fearful for her life, because she's an admiral and she never really did much in the way of combat. Like she was in charge of people and never really did what Padre or what the doc did, and she wasn't on the front line. She never engaged in combat, so she's like, holy shit, my guys are gone. Like her first instinct is to run to where there are more people to help defend her. And so narratively, I'm kind of curious as to how you guys want it to end, because one of you guys is going to be responsible for killing her. Do you want to, do you want to be like, this, all of a sudden this blast comes out of nowhere through the crowd of death?
I don't think the doc would be the one to
It
do
doesn't. It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah. I'm guessing she's like running down a hallway or something.
To me, it would seem most fitting that either Outlaw or
Yeah.
Zodiac would take the final shot. Zodiac, considering the fact that she's using all these robots to defend herself, or Outlaw because like he's having a moment with his dad right now and he wants to impress.
Yes, we have to have a good father-son bonded moment over the death of
Yeah.
Ditha.
So
Which
I'm
one?
is
do
what
you
I've
I'm gonna roll a dice. 1 through 3, Outlaw. 4 through 6, Zodiac. It's cocked. Alright, so Zodiac.
I toss you my sniper rifle.
So as like this is going down, and because it's a crit, I mean you can narrate it more.
For me, it's I would effectively, once I start seeing them plow through the robots, I take a very careful aim shot to shoot her to end this as fast as possible.
You're like running, you come to a full stop and take a knee to steady yourself, like with your blaster pistol, aim down the sights, and just with one breath, like in between a heartbeat, even like you're able to master the marksmanship that you have in you. And then this one blaster shot like travels through like all these falling people that are dying by Padre and Crash and Pile Driver and Outlaw, and makes contact with the back of Ditha's skull. Just blasts a hole in her head. Yeah. She drops and like just tumbles because she was running full tilt, so she drops, tumbles, and just like whoa. Like,
I feel bad, man.
And then you get slapped in the head by a sniper rifle because I thought you needed it, so I threw it at you.
I'm, at this point, I'm not even like, I just like get hit and I just like
it's like dramatic slow motion with like this orchestral music that sniper rifle.
Look at there's AI in the sniper rifle. It's like, but why?
Yeah.
I did mark that down for my equipment.
All right.
So that's it. You guys were able to take out Ditha. What a solemn moment.
Get back on the ship.
Yeah, everyone back on the ship now.
I say sorry.
So meanwhile, all this is happening. Like you are guys, like while this fight's happening, because it happens pretty swiftly. But I mean, it does take like some time. Like you have to work your way through like a medium-sized group of people. Like there's like 80 or so people in this like boarding party. So you work your way through this group of people. Some of them are saved by Doc, and the rest of them are just completely obliterated. Finally, you make Zodiac makes the final shot and just completely wipes out Ditha.
And it gets wiped out.
It's just like, yeah, out of nowhere, in the solemn moment, just knocked over by a sniper. So Zodiac gets up, kind of just like still stunned. Padre and Crash, like finishing up the people that they were fighting. Like Padre just like cuts the guy in half, and Crash is just like puts his fist through the guy's face. And then they see Ditha drop, and they're like, okay, so the plan's done, this is good, we're good to go. So they start to run back to the ship, and they start screaming like, all right, everyone back on the ship, back on the ship. And then like, we'll say that Pile Driver starts to return to the ship too. Well, I mean, I guess you get a bit of kind of roll for it, but
A scramble roll, I guess.
that's where you guys are to get back to the ship. Sure, because so like the meantime, all this is happening, like I was describing, it takes some time. There's like just like seemingly like, pretty significant battle happening on the exterior. The ship you're in is taking a lot of really heavy fire from the Sahir fleet, and the Sahir fleet's like getting significantly damaged by the Imperial like military fleet because of the military fleet like it has a significant amount of ordnance and stuff.
So like a clock to get to the ship and get out before the ship
Or
explodes or something.
just like a group speed roll.
Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be a group speed roll led by.
Yeah, if that's what you guys want to do, it's going to be scramble for sure.
What's this? Who's hosting it? Or is it like everyone individually?
I think it's just everyone.
I think it would have to be.
do individual roles. Do it as a group thing.
Well, so yeah, I guess you can and can't because you're all in different situations.
Yeah.
Like if somebody wanted to assist.
I mean, technically,
Then we'd have to go through
taking
like
it back.
5 or 4 devil's bargains at once.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just do it all by one. That'll be more fun.
Yeah, I think technically, like, Whiskey is the one who's hosting this group action.
Well, I mean, him and Crash are obviously not so much phased by this fight. Like,
Yeah.
this is just a thing for them. They're like, okay, cool, mission accomplished, let's go. They're not as emotionally invested as all of you guys are, because you guys have had some development happen.
Alright, who wants to go first? Somebody prone to speed type rolls.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have potency, but I only have 1 in scramble.
Yours?
We have gambits. Use them.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the gambit here. And
for
what's
it.
my devil's bargain?
Well, ask
So-
for your stance.
so you're
And we're still in risky, right?
Yeah, actually, so there hasn't been you haven't dropped to desperate yet.
What's his effect?
So based on like the circumstances and like the stun, like just like how you're affected and the soft and everything, like you're limited.
Potency with
With the
speed.
potency.
With the potency.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm not making it back to the ship.
Okay, fine, that's standard. There's no effect trying to get up and like
Take
you'll
a-
be really desperate.
Okay, standard. This is pretty much all I need. Alright, devil's bargain.
Devil's bargain. There's a there's a hologram of Grome waiting for you in your room. I think the ship is protecting them.
I've been going ham on it, so yeah, why not?
Ooh. Take level 1 harm as a head ouchie when I hit you in the head.
This is gonna end off as a huge cliffhanger.
Why not?
So I'm putting that towards the roll.
Okay, then we have to wait for a week to do another session. That is painful.
6.
Just no consequence.
Gotta go fast.
So essentially, yeah. So you have this like quick slow moment when like just all this like chaos is happening around
Did you
you.
go desperate? Your intention?
No, I said it wasn't just because I should have because it would have leveled me
You
up.
did again. Or no, you used to get.
I used to get it.
Sorry.
But I figured standard was enough to get me on the ship, so.
You could have gotten to the ship cooler.
Well, so I mean, like you said, you get to the ship. So you succeeded, no consequences. You have this like moment, like D-Day moment, Saving Private Ryan moment, where like there's just you're kind of in this like shock, especially your ears ringing because you get slapped in the face by a sniper rifle, a fine one at that, and then
Fine slap.
so you're like you like pull yourself up off the ground and kind of just realize what happened and looking at the carnage around you and seeing like Crash and Padre like motioning everyone to get back to the ship, but like you kind of come back to your senses and you're like, oh shit, yeah, okay, like, I'm the pilot. I have to be there.
I'm the pilot.
I'm the pilot.
I'm the pilot.
I'm the captain of the ship.
Levo was like,
Yeah.
So you're like, shit, I need to get everyone off here. And you come to this like one realization, and you have that one motivation right now that you're like, shit. So you immediately like full tilt,
I'm
take
getting the
off,
engines ready.
leaping over like dead bodies and stuff, and making your way through these, and like kind of stumbling whenever the impacts are happening, but still on your feet and making your way. And you get to the ship and you book it up, like climbing through like the ladder and getting up to the cockpit and just like planning yourself, jumping and planning yourself in the seat, start a sequence, and Weibo's there like, I got it all ready for you. I don't know what your rush is. Yeah. So who else goes next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
See, I'm just going to run full tilt to the ship.
Are you gonna do anything cool while you're doing? You're gonna keep shooting people?
Well, I think the idea is that they're all dead.
Yeah.
Or the doc.
I don't need to kill more
The
people.
doc's
I'm not
still alive
bloodthirsty. So yeah, I'm just gonna book it to the ship
I can't wait for
basically.
Pod Driver's turn. He's just gonna be like flamethrower at the
No,
back.
probably not.
He's gonna like point it backwards and use it as a propulsion system. Okay, so you'll be limited and risky.
Alright. Gonna bump it to desperate.
Standard.
Yeah.
standard.
And then what's my bargain?
Your devil's bargain is that your devil's bargain is that I don't want to use Rye again. What's your bounty name?
As contact is random.
I have
Random
Rin,
smuggler.
a smuggler, then Nix is my moneylender enemy.
Yeah, I think he has a clause.
Right.
for Nyx.
I think actually Nix is almost done. Nix going.
Yeah,
think she is.
I think she was like 2 away.
The Outlaw's in more shit. It never
There's
ends.
so many problems.
Where is it? I do have to. I'm not moving my clocks. So yeah, there's one left in here. Nix collects clocks, so I'll fill that out.
Yeah, I'll take it for another dice.
And use a gambit.
Yeah, and I'll use again.
Go to speed.
Let's go!
Oof.
5.
Consequence.
I saw the 2 ones. Like,
I know, Mitch, I'm like,
So
Man, everyone's
successful
so
test
shit at
consequence.
running.
what?
You can't farm gambits, dude. Why do you even have that skill?
I know.
You do get experience in
Yeah, I do.
browsing.
Yeah, everybody. Well, you did it risky, so. Success. You make it back to the ship.
That's for consequence.
Desperate consequence.
Okay, I've got to actually mark XP while we combat.
Can't trust
desperate consequence is that in the chaos of you running back and the combat on the ship and everything, Horrocks is going to put a tracer on you.
Alright.
Which
Actually,
you can resist.
You might.
is there even escaping him
You
in
could.
general?
You could trauma out. I'd say just take it.
How many do you have in prowess?
I have like 4 in prowess. I shouldn't trauma
You
out.
have one
You
in
get
skill and
3 in
prowess.
prowess.
What? No, I have 4.
Do you have one in helm?
You have. Where's prowess?
for each-
You have 3.
Each
Oh,
skill
yeah.
you have.
Skill that you have at least one.
Oh yeah, so yeah,
You have 3 dice.
Yeah.
So 3 days. And you have a fair bit. You have like at least 4 more
Yeah.
stress you could take that. You'd be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna resist it. That's a pretty shitty one.
Get a 3rd trauma, boy.
Just for the recording's
Roll.
sake, Doug's face is not a convincing one. It's assuring that
Let's go.
they'll be fine.
There you
Alright,
go.
what's-
Like 1 stress.
1 stress.
You're
Okay.
fine.
Look at
That's
that.
nothing.
Look at that.
That's nothing.
That could have been your 3rd trauma.
Alright, go ahead. Bow down.
Now you go first, just in case.
No, because if you get hurt, I want to doctor you. So
Yeah, but if you slip and fall, I can pick you up.
no, I actually get something for my thing.
Also,
Go first.
narratively, I'm pretty sure Doug's like really close to the ship.
I'm theoretically closer than
Yeah, because you were running after them. He
Yeah, so
like
I'm gonna
stopped
go pick
immediately.
up all of the guns that I pulled out, and make sure I go pick up the goddamn box for the parasite.
Or is it still in the
No,
ship?
it's still in the
We
ship.
never took it out.
Yeah.
We never told them we had it.
It's that was going to be a devil's bargain that it opens, but
Yeah.
nobody took it.
It's just your
I'm gonna
guns.
take some cereal with me.
Pockets full of cereal.
I don't
So,
have money.
okay.
It goes to my cereal box.
Yeah, it's so you're gonna be unlimited effect again, risky.
Always after me, Lucky Charms.
I'm gonna go desperate just to go get that pallet of cereal because I have no money for food.
How many dice do you have in scramble?
2.
Use the gambit.
So using a gambit for a 3rd
Yeah.
dice, you're gonna go desperate, standard. Do you want your devil's bargain?
Yes.
Okay. Devil's bargain for All Driver is that I'm gonna set a clock. That record finds you.
Okay, I'll take it for extra days.
Extra
oh,
days,
yeah.
Crit on getting cereal.
No, I'll take it for extra potency, and I'll push myself. So I have 3 dice with crit.
Okay.
Match for my combat.
Wait, if you use a gambit, you had a 4.
Oh yeah. Let's go.
I suppose you have like a million.
Oh yeah,
stress.
and when you push up, you go superhuman out of the
Exactly.
way.
This is so I can get that pallet.
So that's extra
So
potency.
superhuman strength. Then you have.
Yeah. Nope.
Look at that.
Oh
I
my
needed
god, I
it.
saw the 1 and the 3.
So great effect, desperate consequence.
Great effect, desperate
I
consequence.
get my cereal
Let's just
pallet.
amp this up to desperate at this
Great.
point.
Yeah, so
He grabs his leg.
just in time for Doug's action to get desperate.
Or you could have him get shot so I can finally fucking heal someone, Matthews.
The Jag will just resist it.
So
I have not had to
But don't worry,
actually
he's
kill
only-
somebody
He's only doing
this
2
entire
damage.
campaign.
We're just that good. Doug.
You've massaged people.
okay, here it makes sense because you've expressed a desire to do something very extra on top of getting back to the ship. So you decided to round up all the rest of your rifles, or your weapons, and make sure that you have everything that you brought with you. And then you wanted to go and grab a crate of the cereal that cushions Outlaw's blow, which with great effect success you'll get.
I want the entire pallet.
You can take the whole crate with you. You're just like slowly dragging this crate along with you. And while this is happening, obviously like there's enough damage happening to the ship now that explosions are starting to happen. So as a desperate consequence, just as you're about to arrive to the ship with your like pallet, I guess, of cereal and all your weapons in your other arm, like you'll be concussed by, like blown away by one of these explosions and take level 3 harm.
I will resist it.
And probably use armor too.
I don't have enough slots.
All right.
Because I pulled out the
resist it.
sniper rifle just for a
You
gag.
just threw. Okay.
All right. Well,
2 stress. 1 stress.
stress.
So I
And
take
level
level 2.
So you're at level 2 now.
What's the medical term for
So it would have been like
serious burns.
Yeah, probably
this
like
level 2 harm is actually real. So
3rd-degree burns.
yeah.
yeah,
Still-
probably like where did the explosion come out?
So I'll say the explosion came from like underneath of you.
Yeah, so probably.
Which
Diagnose
blew you
of Doug.
forward, but like, so yeah, it mangled your legs. So you would have had like almost no legs, but now you have like 3rd-degree burns on your legs.
But I have food.
Yes.
But you have some toasty Cheerios. Yes.
All right.
Chicken legs.
So, what I would like to do then is to follow him in with his stupid goddamn crate and see to his burns immediately. And make sure they don't get infected and things like that. So, like, specifically my patch thing where I can eliminate their effect. Like, I can get rid of the penalty from him. He
Okay,
doesn't
cool.
heal it yet, he just doesn't suffer the -1.
Okay.
Alright, so.
Doctor.
Yeah, I'm fine medical kit.
So standard risky.
Gonna go desperate grade. That's my devil's bargain.
Devil's bargain is going to be that you have another sister.
Alright, I'll take it.
Stop.
Fida.
Sisters all the way down. Alright.
We're literally gonna go on a journey of killing all of Doug's family. That's gonna be our campaign.
Hey, a crit. Oh, damn.
Boy.
Now you do heal him.
You apply some balm on me.
And because I healed somebody, I get.
You gave Lieutenant Dan space legs.
Yeah, crit on healing.
Not too bad.
So does that reduce it
Crit on rate
to
effect.
first level?
So
Normally I would. I can't fully heal things in combat or like during a mission. I just make so you don't suffer the penalty through the rest of the mission. I don't know what he's gonna do for the crit though.
well, I mean, honestly, I would say for the crit for the fact that it's like the main goal is healing, and you followed one of the ships, and they're like, you're gonna make it onto the ship with him. You're like, again, probably still at the time, sort of still kind of tending to some of the fallen Imperial soldiers while this like mayhem's happening, and then you look behind you to see the explosion. Just as the explosion happens, and you see Pile Driver take this massive blow, and he kind of explodes onto the ship. Like, he
Cereal all over.
blows up. And
No.
you know what? They say
Serious attack because he succeeded in getting it.
So there's like the crate almost like falls on him, and he's got all his rifles like in the cargo bay, and he's just there
fell
like,
in strapped to
like
the wall.
like with mangled legs, or at least burnt legs because they're not mangled because he resisted it. So you immediately are like, oh my god, no, and rush to his side. Not forgetting about the Imperial guards, but you're like, this is my companion, I need to go help him. So you rush into the cargo bay and begin to doctor him immediately, pulling him further into the cargo bay and like hitting the door so the door starts to close, and then you use your fine medical tools and immediately go to work to like spraying his legs and like sanitizing everything and like bandaging it up with what would be futuristic, I guess, like some kind of gel or whatever. And so because of that and how the crit went, I'll say that even like his doctoring was so well that you will heal one of your damage, so go down to level 1, and you're gonna ignore it anyway because of his bonus.
So now it's just
It's level 1, but you don't take the penalty for the mission.
okay. So it's just toasty buttons.
Yes, twisty buttons.
Thank goodness I left my skin graft machine on.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Which would level 1 normally gives you less effect on whenever it matters, but you won't.
All right, now to try to get out of here.
Yeah, is Padre and Crash on the ship?
They like were the first two to
Yeah.
make it. They were just like,
Let's get out of here.
yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna have a flashback here.
Cool.
Yes.
Nice.
So flashback, how does the stress work on flashback?
One,
Yeah, well, you
You
say what you want to
describe it,
do.
then-
Oh,
Tells you
okay.
how much it costs.
So flashback, back when I was in piloting school, like right around when I was almost done, the forces of unknown forces, I'm not quite sure who they were, showed up at we'll call it the Typhoon Station, which is like this big way station or like space city that would have the school. This unknown force heard of Grome and what that whole business between Grome and
Everything else.
Yeah. And were interested. So they showed up aggressively and started like trying to take over the station. The station had its own defenses, and therefore there was a bit of like a space like siege where they were just blasting apart at this space city, I guess.
Yep.
And so there was like a space battle, and they were asking people to evacuate as fast as possible. So me, I grabbed as few collections I could that I owned, including my box with Don't, and ran into the ship that I've been had my eye on for a while. I told myself I would like work towards purchasing if or once I finished school, and seeing as this is an opportunity to get out of here with the ship, I ran into it to escape. But another student, which was going to this class also, by the name of Weibo, who also had his eye on the ship,
This is some deep lore.
was already running in there as well, or hovering into it. So we both ran for the piloting chair, and well, he doesn't need a chair, so I like sat down, and he just kind of like hovered right there and like hooked up to the console, and we started this relationship off bad because effectively I got there and I was like, this ship's mine, by the way, and this doesn't change anything, and I started we started trying to take off to escape this ship or this city.
Assault.
And and I had to, or we had to navigate, and I had to navigate through fire before in a similar scenario.
So you want to co-op on this to do a setup action?
Yeah, I guess. Or like, what would a setup action accomplish?
It would give increased effect.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I was aiming for. So like, I've dealt with this before in a similar scenario.
Or even like the ship could have programmed
Yeah,
maneuvers
like,
and stuff like that. Yeah.
So you don't have a level of effect, but you're still risky for doing it.
Okay.
So how much stress does it cause you in a flashback?
2.
Stress, okay. And what skill is that?
Helm?
Yes.
Yeah, helm.
So you're gonna roll. I mean, still ask for double bargain. On a 1, 2, 3, it does nothing. On a 4, 5, 6, you get the setup action.
Okay.
Effect next roll.
Devil's bargain?
Devil's Bargain, the force that showed up for Rome was one sec, let me just Lost Legion.
So the Stellar Flame too.
Yeah, but no. Well, no, yeah.
Lost Legion showed up for Grove.
The Lost Legion showed up for Rome.
Take that thing.
I mean, they are also the people who assaulted your bunny people.
Lost Legion. We have ass kicked them before,
They're tier 4 of the Legion.
but we have ass kicked
And you
them
have
before.
ass kicked some of the members before. Yeah.
We just ass kicked a level 7.
It's fair enough. No.
No? Okay.
Okay. Roll your dice.
Yep.
Successful consequence.
So you succeed.
Risky consequence.
Risky consequence? Okay, actually, so as far as risky consequence go, based on like the circumstances and everything going on, I'm gonna bump you guys from risky to desperate. With the ship kind of blowing up and all that kind of stuff. You can resist, but
I only have 2 stress left. So
Don't resist it.
Just let it go. We're almost out of here.
Okay. So then, I am going to now attempt to flee.
Like to do something as an additional setup action to be maybe more effective on that.
okay.
Now that we have established that Echo Victor 297 is like the board, I want to lead with him to assist the pilot. Things may not be that rocky with us, but like you're part of the crew, you need your help.
Literally. No.
Okay. So consort.
And since set action, there's no effect, but it'll be desperate.
They'll do desperate, yeah.
All right. Devil's bargain.
Devil's bargain for the dock. You did the second sister thing.
The third sister. Your other sister was actually a robot.
No.
Every Dosmark does get you have another sister.
Your sister's actually just Nick Fury, and you just kill the bot.
The Battle of Machines End.
This can have a part 2.
I say the power of devil.
What did we say the Battle of Machines End was? It was like
Well, it was when the Imperial military put down some like purple AI, pretty much. That was it.
Back on the planet of not
So-
Katachan.
Devil's Bargain, you were part of a task force that delivered the techno bomb that finished the battle.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, play techno.
Oh, that's
What is whip?
success with a consequence.
Why do you keep doing this stuff?
I know, right?
You always
The
succeed
nail
on just
biter.
one die.
Good thing I took my devil's bargain.
Battle of Machines End. Okay, so what was that? 5? Okay.
So success for the setup action.
Success for the
Then,
setup.
desperate consequence.
Desperate consequence. Desperate consequence. Desperate consequence is that the ship is going to take 3 damage.
Oh.
I'm gonna resist and use shields.
Okay.
Good lord. You talked to the robot and we got wrecked.
Well, so like while this
We get shot. Missed.
Yeah.
essentially narratively, like while this is happening, and like with like the defense is still working on the inside of the ship, so 3 Swiss. The defense.
Things cleared.
Yeah, really. Defense is still working on the inside of the ship. Like there's turrets, automated turrets that are just going to detect you guys trying to take off, and they're going to start blowing up the ship. Which narratively, like the shields are going to deflect some, and they'll take some damage.
What does Echo Vector say as he persuades?
Whoa.
Echo Echo Vector will just like show up in the heads-up display for Zodiac and be like, "Oh hey," bubble, like, and completely ignore the fact that they haven't talked in a long time, and just be like, "Oh, we should like, I can like, I'm in the systems, I can do this, this, and this, and like boost this, and navigate this power," and like essentially is like working with Weibo to help boost the ship's capacity. But yeah, so he's talking directly to Zodiac, going, "Oh hey, this, blah blah blah." Technological jumbo.
Alright, so you got +2 effect,
+3 with my
+3
speed
with your
potency.
speed potency, yeah.
So great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Great. No matter- Even if it was no effect, right? Great.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
And even if like your trauma washes something, you're still a great.
Yeah, which I'm like at the moment just like
Push yourself in trauma out.
how do I explain that? Just like not pretending that it doesn't exist, but sorta. Just like
You're compartmentalized.
yes, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, and then let's escape, boys. So what's the devil's bargain?
So very desperate. 3 home. Devil's bargain. Devil's bargain. The ship has a sister ship.
Cerberus
Everything.
has a sister ship?
The Cerberus has a sister ship.
Excuse me.
Brothership.
Brother, whatever.
Sister.
No, Cerberus
We're
has a brother.
progressive.
Who watches the Gates of Heaven? Is there a name for that?
There's a lot of things named Gate of Heaven.
No, but I mean, like, isn't there? Is there like not a dude there?
Are you taking
I will
that?
sing.
Yes, of course.
Anyway, do one of you guys want to assist him, maybe?
I will.
Oh.
Oh, you want to do something?
I will assist you by trying to repair back the ship. Because, like, I have I have break, so
Yeah,
I'm just like
makes
trying to
sense.
hammer out things.
6 stress.
So it's
Like
gonna
a
be-
fire breaks out.
Actually,
No.
I would almost use this flamethrower on the
No,
fire.
no, the ice breaks out and then I use fire.
Ice breaks out.
The space is cold, yo.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Fail. 666, boy.
There
We
we
were
Six.
out.
You. Well, if you're gonna triple 6 on anything, this is it.
Great effect, 666.
Great effect.
I think I got a little bit of experience for that.
That XP.
Just a bet.
I mean, you can narrate it if you want with the
Oh man, and
super
this will be
crit.
on the news.
Yeah, oh
It is
yeah.
gonna be on the news.
Hopefully they don't show what happened on the Imperial ship.
Stacy Withers is so turned on right now.
So yeah, we leave the docking bay. We take a hit right away, and I'm like, "Damn it, Weebo! Like, you took the controls first. Like, this is your problem. I'm taking over." And what was that? It's Rocket Raccoon versus what's his face argument? Where they keep taking control of.
Star-Lord.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
they fight over the controls. I snap over the controls,
Which one are you?
and what?
Star Lord.
Which one are you?
No, he's the raccoon. He's the dick. So I mean, Star Wars is kind of a dick too, but still. So yeah, we leave the ship. I'm picturing a Star Destroyer right now. So
It's large.
and they
there's
have.
another
I'm
equally
assuming the
large-
Rebel ship, out of reference.
Well, so the Sahir ships are like creepy looking, like sharp.
Drakari
black-
ships. Okay,
Black.
gotcha.
ships, all black.
So Drakari ships. I can show you a picture of one later.
Alright.
So are they like broadside fighting?
Yeah, but like there's a decent little engagement happening. So like it's not just like a 2D.
And then there's-
like there's like ships above,
Yeah.
below, like around.
Okay, so yeah, effectively, I immediately just dip down to avoid like the ship that's currently broadsiding us, and then
Each like of the fleets have like a 3 like destroyer-sized vessels, and then like a bunch of smaller vessels, orbital vessels.
Probably
All
some
right.
fighter squad.
so I'm like zipping around, blah blah, blah trying to like weaving, dodging all these like lasers and torpedoes.
Oh yeah,
You Drakari ship? Yeah.
sounds like makes sense.
So weaving, dodging missiles or torpedoes and whatnot, and as we're escaping, I look over and see. Now, this you can say this doesn't work or not, but we can see that the hegemonics in the distance, like with this, and as like we're about to break free of the conflict zone, but there is a torpedo that has been launched and like missed its ship and is going towards the hegemonic. And I will use like the ship guns to like blast that out of blast it before it gets to them, and then like fly heroically just past hegemonic news network so they can get a good old
Just Star Fox.
Through like the explosion smoke
Yeah.
of the missile.
yeah.
That's
And
the new like
Intro.
Yeah.
teaser for ads for Edgemonic News Network.
Yeah,
Go where the action is.
yeah.
and
Your guys' ship.
if I had like a fireworks thing, I would launch that
Flares?
too. No, yeah, just like a light show, like booyah! Yeah, if we have flares or anything that could make a light show, I'm shooting that shit off like crazy. Because
I
I
don't
feel
think we
pretty
have
badass.
I shoot at the window with my pistol.
Yeah,
Oh wait, there's no air.
and yeah, we zip by.
Do you want to conclude the mission there?
That sounds like a good conclusion.
We did.
Alright, so
Do we
let
get
us-
2 payoffs
So
there?
let's do our payoff.
So just I guess thanks to the reasoning of the Hegemonic News Network showing up.
We're in their new commercial.
Exactly. You guys are essentially like their
Rock star.
spokespeople at this point. Or like their featured story, like consecutively. So like Stacey will reach out to you guys with like a sizable payoff for like warning them about this whole thing happening, because like obviously the Imperial military would have completely swept this under the rug if the HNN hadn't been there. At the same time, you've provided the HNN with a significant amount of danger, because the hegemony is going to be definitely pressuring the news network not to be airing this shit, because the here fighting the Imperial military is probably not the most amazing thing to show you in the, like on the Nexus. But Yes, you will get paid by the Hegemon News Network. This.
I bet your dad's proud of you.
You guys get 8 cred. This is a really big job.
So I suggest that we each take one before on the ship.
Yeah, that would
Sure.
set us up for a bit.
Actually, who used a personal credit last time to pay for ship repairs?
Me.
So take one extra credit. And we'll just put 3 on the ship.
See, this is why I stole that food. Don't have that much.
Oh my god, you're too stash. Look at me. The big stash man here.
Cool. So eat.
Comedic
We
laughter
just-
fade
I
away.
know that last time we said that
Laugh
I
track.
said it was going to be a 6 for wild devastating exposure.
We just killed the
brought it down,
Admiral.
so we didn't really destroy anything super big. This is going to be a 6 for wild and devastating exposure because
Yeah.
not only
Yeah.
is this huge battle happening between the Sahara and the Imperial,
We caused it.
which you don't even know the result of. You literally featured yourself in the Hegemon News Network,
Yeah.
having escaped it and like defending the network. So it's gonna be a 6 based on the level high profile. So +1 for high profile target. They're well connected. +2 for killing or massive property damage. But you didn't destroy a gate, so 9.
Cool.
So
It's another
one
one
level
of 3.
Level 3.
And 1.
I'm gonna grab a pencil for me. Yeah, 1 level 3 in the system.
Cool.
God damn.
Roll our
Well,
attachments or who wants to roll?
That's
this?
your turn, Doug.
I love how quiet we were in the last system. I think we have like
Roll a 4 on one of level 3.
Oh, arrest.
oh
It's gonna be
no.
not super helpful.
Because it's not cash.
Okay, so arrest. A detective presents a case file of evidence to a judge to begin prosecution of your crew.
Makes a lot of sense.
The system police send a detail to arrest you, like a gang at least equal in scale to your 1 level, or ship of that tier. You may pay them off with cred equal to your 1 level, +3. Hand someone over for arrest. This clears your P and 1 level in the system, or try to evade capture. So you pay them, hand somebody over, or evade.
What's
How
evade?
long are we handed over for?
You're arrested for a while.
So I think in like the play of Blades in the Dark, it's literally you're in the session, you're just in prison.
Yeah.
You play your character in prison,
Yep.
away from
Continue
everybody else.
doing stuff.
Ooh, you
can
can try
actually-
breaking out.
I could try to break out.
Could try to. You can also just serve your time as the friend.
Well, impound my ship, though.
No,
Well,
we don't
they
all
just-
go to prison.
No,
It's just
one.
one.
You can give up 1 person.
Oh.
You can pay them off, which means 6 credits.
Are you
Yeah,
sure?
try
Because I thought it
breaking out of
said
prison.
your crew.
Well, they're prosecuting the crew, or you could like just give up somebody.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
the
okay,
three-
if we give up someone, it clears all of our heat.
It does. Enter one.
Send me off.
You're gonna play the next session. You're gonna.
You're
I
gonna
guess
break out.
you are the
You just
outlaw.
got reunited with your dad.
That's perfect.
Yeah, this will be even
Bye,
more
Dad.
impressive to Dad. Like taking one for the team.
I'm doing this to avoid him.
Oh, okay.
To avoid the awkwardness.
To avoid the awkwardness, and
Well-
I really don't want this reunion.
You guys can also flee them, because it probably seems like you don't want to stay in the system very much
But
longer.
if we give somebody up, there's one of them.
It does
Yeah.
clear 1 level in the system.
It just solves the problem. And like I said, I could try to escape. Maybe.
But I mean,
Imagine if you just get stuck.
that's bragging, I think. But I'm a damn good pilot if we do want to escape these things.
But
Clearly,
then we don't.
We could run to another system. It's a possibility.
never come back.
Yeah, but then your whole goal of building the way station. Is
Yeah, that's the
flawed.
problem. That's the problem too.
Oh no,
Our way
you're
station's
going to
here.
jail, bud.
I love you too.
All right. Fair enough. It looks like that's what we're going with. Giving Outlaw over. He's already got a record.
He's already
Yeah.
He is the criminal.
I'm used to this.
Uh,
And as I said, I'm doing this to avoid my father.
cool. So, experience?
Ship.
Ship. Execute a successful extraction operation or capture a bounty. She's kind of
Operation.
My God, I am glad I did not take that tracer penalty when I'm getting sent to prison.
Oh, man.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
You versus Horrocks in prison.
Wow, I'm glad I didn't
That
take
could still
that.
happen.
Maybe. That's true.
Yeah,
So,
Nick's just gonna come after me.
Oh my God.
well, you guys won just because you did actually pick up somebody who has a bounty on them.
It said do a successful what?
Extraction operation or capture a bounty.
I assume the operation is like meant for when you're free to play.
Extraction operation.
No, extraction operation.
Oh, extraction operation.
Hey, we
Sure,
extract.
we
I thought it was
pull a
comma
person or a
operation.
thing out of a place.
I thought it was
Extract-
extraction, comma, operation, comma.
We extracted cereal.
Wasn't mission though.
Did you guys get one?
Contended with challenges above your current station.
2. If I can give you 3, I'd give you 3.
Bolstered your crew's reputation and develop a new one. Our reputations are professional and daring.
Yeah, 2 for daring.
Yeah. Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, and essential nature of the crew.
That's another 2, guaranteed.
That is a total of 7. 2, 3, 4, 5.
I love how our
7.
ship just levels up every time.
Yeah, really.
Well, it didn't level up the first time.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And then we kind of got like put midway. That's why we keep leveling up every time. So, first off, we all get 2 trash.
Money, money, money.
I'm not penniless.
All right.
have
So,
10
That's not bad,
stash.
though, that's stash, so it's-
I'm going to make a suggestion on. I think that it would be appropriate if we take AI module to represent Echo Victor 297. And I think we should also take Nexus Link so we can start calling people who aren't in the same system as
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
What's the AI module? Just like a narrative thing.
Yes, well, it means that he can assist by running our ship systems, essentially.
Yeah.
Which is what he did.
Which is
Yeah.
what he did, which is why I suggested we
Yeah,
take it.
never really makes sense that you guys would get that.
Normally your ship has to be rigged for it, but it's kind of already doing it. So, and Nexus Link just so that we don't have to worry about not being able to call someone.
Now we have internet.
Plus, we're now we're full up on comms upgrades. Cool. All right, so for the doctor,
Doctor's experience.
addressed a tough challenge with insight or compassion.
2.
Express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
You got another sister, so 2.
Also killed one.
Killed one of the sisters.
Struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during the session.
I don't know about Vice, but definitely struggled with the traumas. You almost got stabbed.
And it was my plan to do this fucking ridiculously daring mission.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll give you 2 for the trauma, actually. Screw it.
Cool.
Screw it.
Yeah, let's do Outlaw.
The Outlaw. You address a tough challenge with charm or audacity.
Audacity.
Pretty significant amount of audacity, I feel like. And I'll say even charm, because you were, like, awkwardly charming your dad in the beginning, I guess.
Look at Jimbo here.
You express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Your mom's alive. Your dad's a super assassin. I'll give you 2.
Alright. Then you struggle with issues from your vices or traumas.
Trauma
That's an obsession.
was your obsession, which definitely makes sense in your downtime actions. And then Vice, I don't know if you so much struggled with it, but you went and
We did his vice. But
you definitely did use your Vice for sure.
obsession, I think, for sure. Like, using your vice doesn't get you it, but
No, but dealing with your obsession, definitely. I'll give you 2.
6 and 12.
Alright.
So I have taken under pressure. So we get a gambit anytime me or one of the other crew members takes level 2 or greater harm.
And I'm probably going to start using level 3 actually as a desperate consequence instead of 2 for now.
It's
No.
supposed to be 3.
It's supposed to be.
You mean
3.
going back to 3?
Yes. Well, yes.
All right.
All right, Paul Driver.
Just a tough challenge with force or threats. I actually did
2.
both.
Yeah, you threatened somebody who could have killed you easily.
Absolutely.
And then also, you picked up a whole crate of cereal. That's the 2 things you're going to get credit, your experience for.
Congrats on the
Not any of the violence.
Not any of the violence.
Express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Background definitely.
Yeah.
And then, like, definitely some drives I think in your downtime action. So.
Mm-hmm.
2.
All right. Struggled with issues from your vice or traumas. I mean, I got shot because I didn't have money for food, so I just stole some crates of food and also spent more money.
Yeah, and then you were propositioned by Nick to help set up gambling at the PlayStation.
That was pretty traumatic.
That was super traumatic. I'll give you 2.
All right.
That was traumatic.
It was for everybody.
The Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, I looked up my price.
Alright, Zodiac, what's up?
Speed or flare?
2.
Background, heritage, drives, beliefs.
2. Chrome has been accessed.
Vice, traumas.
You played into trauma really well this session, actually. Like, up until the time. And,
Well, Echo
at the
Defender
beginning,
coming.
Echo showed up. So I'll give you 2 for that.
Oh boy, I wonder what you're gonna use your downtime for.
Oh my.
Well, he's got Chrome waiting for him in his room.
Chrome and Echo.
Yay, the captain can interrogate
Oh my
me now.
god,
I'm in
I'm
prison.
going to incinerate myself here. I'm just gonna disappear.
It'd be so appropriate if you just traumatized out from
Man, Jack.
So level up my
Going to
playbook
prison is the best
for
thing
2.
that could happen. The captain
4
can't
more.
interrogate
I
me.
will
I can
level
avoid
up
my
my
father.
prowess again, and then I'll put 1 in resolve.
What are you taking for playbook?
Playbook, I will take. Considering the.
Another hack so I can taint the Echo Defender.
I'm gonna take side job.
you're in prison.
Okay, what side job?
Side job. You may
Well,
spend a downtime
please
activity
have
in
that.
port doing odd jobs. Gain 1 cred. If there are rumors floating about, GM will tell you of them. And I will like to ask if this port could be my Gemini station.
Sure. I mean, it can be any port, I think.
Yeah, it's like every.
Yeah.
So you'll get rumors anywhere you go.
Cool. So it's generally just gonna be my Gemini station.
Oh yeah, am I gonna get my downtime actions before I go to prison?
No, I think like at the beginning of next session we'll do the downtime actions. But,
And then
oh,
someone
sorry,
shows
yeah,
up and we throw you in jail.
I feel like you get your downtime actions before you're in prison.
I think it's probably a good idea to give them to him because he won't be able to access his vice purveyor.
I'll
Snap.
say that. That's for sure a thing you can do.
And just kind of like be like the cop show up hand of that.
We'll do yours first, and then
Yeah, probably as about you're about to shoot up drunk.
My prowess leveled up as well, so I put it in speed or scramble.
scramble. Nice.
Right, still the recording.
I pumped all 6 of my XP into
Wicked. Like
playbook.
mid-season ender, guys. Bullshit.